Hello everyone, welcome to this beautiful game. I wanted to play it to show you just how
Dad?
amazing it is, really.
Aren't you sleeping yet? It's time for bed, honey.
Dad, I can't sleep. Can you tell me a bedtime story?
All right. What do you want to hear?
Something about an adventure.
I think I know just the thing. When I was your age, my biggest dream was to follow my Uncle Fred on one of his adventures around the world. One day, he disappeared.
See, I think that's a bigger a
I stepped
clue.
into the lobby of my uncle's house. It lay just across the hill from where I lived with my mother, your grandmother. She had tried to keep me from going, but I wanted to see if Fred was home yet from his latest adventure.
See, that's a bigger clue than I thought of earlier because the guy said, "Oh, I want to hear a bedtime story." That word "bedtime story" is very important because, at least to what I think,
My uncle used to send me postcards from his long journeys.
the
Greetings from
game
Nepal,
is about.
Galapagos, Kilimanjaro, the Amazon River. This was the first time he had left without a word, without sending cards.
I'll try to be
I
very
had visited
clear.
Uncle Fred's house countless of times, but in the locker, which usually was closed, I found something I hadn't seen before. It was an adventure suit. It resembled the one that Fred used, but smaller in size. Curiosity got the better of me, and I tried it on. It fit like it had been custom made for me. The most mysterious room of my uncle's house was the observatory. There he kept his newest experiments, and right now it held a pad used for disposing of garbage.
Holy smokes, that's loud. I apologize if that's super loud, but yeah, there was a lot of plot in the beginning. I didn't want to talk over it. I'll try not to talk over the voice acting because it's actually really good. And his voice is much better to listen to than mine anyway, but very soothing. I wish I had his voice, the dad, but I'll try to talk over it. I probably will, and I'll make everyone mad, but I'll try my hardest not to. I wanted to play this game because it's very pretty, and
I landed with a crash, but thanks to the suit I wasn't hurt. I had no idea where the pad had taken me, but back then I didn't care so much about where I was going, or how I would get home. The suit protected me from falls on the ground, but not in water. I couldn't swim this
Seriously?
thing on. Best be careful.
Stupid tire. Okay. I don't want to talk over him because he's gorgeous to listen to. And the plot's important to the game, and I want to play it because it's very heavy,
I was sure that
story-driven.
someone had been here before me. Someone had built these bridges and carved these symbols, but who? Where were they now?
Because very story-driven, so probably people will, I mean, it depends on the person. You won't buy it just because, like, you'll just play through it and that'll be it. There's not really much. I mean, it is, like, there's plenty to explore, but it's all within, like, a closed environment. You can't, like, go and customize your hand and your hair and all that fun stuff everyone's into today. But I usually like to watch people play Where am I? Play games because... Where'd I go? Oh. Because I don't have the money to buy it. But I luckily have this nice computer now that I can show people games, hopefully, that they want to see but not necessarily buy. Because I was in the same boat. I mean, I'm still poor. I shouldn't say I was. I still am. just so you don't have to like go out and buy it. You can just watch someone else play it, and hopefully they enjoy me. But yeah.
How did you know Fred had been there?
Well, I found a small campsite where Fred must have slept before going further into the caves. I knew it was him
What?
because the place was littered with empty packages of his favorite hiking foods. Canned soups, tube food, and instant noodles.
Tube food? That sounds gross.
Oh well, it's not that bad. One winter, Uncle Fred and I went hiking into the mountains, and we were surprised by a blizzard. We were stuck in a small cabin for 2 days, and all we ate was tube food,
You know,
and cold canned goulash as well. Your grandmother was worried sick, but I thought it was all very exciting.
I'm gonna go back and look at that little campsite later because he said instant noodles. Instant noodles, you need water, and the only water is way down there. So unless he was like grappling around and swinging for some water, there's not really much. I guess you can bring your own, but it usually takes a little bit to heat them up. And then someone is setting like, okay, so this is the power core.
Activated the suit's grappling device when I picked it up. It must have been left here by my
He'll just do
uncle.
that. But someone's like leaving this stuff, so okay, so there's a lot going on. But so Fred is the uncle, and he just up and left. And so this guy, whoever the dad is talking about how he's following this uncle and trying to find him. But that power core was left very
Device left
conveniently.
a sort of symbol everywhere I grappled. I noticed similar symbols already there in the cave, and I was getting
Come on.
more and more certain that this place was where Fred had gone.
Yeah, I mean, if you haven't been paying attention, which you probably have, but he's trying to look for him, and but that power core is very conveniently hung in place. So I think Fred is obviously wants the nephew to come and find him for whatever reason. You'll find out later. But there's also like another element in this game where, yes. Wait. Ha! Ha! Oh, it happened. So it's like, it's like, have you ever seen that movie, Color? No, what's it called? The one with the girl in the hospital and the guy who tells the story to the girl, and she, to like pass time because she's in the hospital with a broken arm, and I think it's called Color, but like in real life it's like all black and white, but like the fantasy fable that he's telling her is, it's all in color, like these beautiful, vibrant colors, and it's very symbolic, and so that's why it reminds me of this game a little bit, actually, now that I think about it.
The
But
adventure suit was fantastic. By combining a power leap with a grapple, I could fly long distances through the air at great speed.
yeah, super speeds. I think it's called Color. No, it's called The Fall. Holy smokes, yeah. There's just a lot of color in it. It's called The Fall. If you want to look it up and do all that fun stuff. But, so this guy's talking to this girl in the hospital. They both have broken everything. And he's saying it's like, it's to like distract her mostly. But, and depending on how the guy feels, the story differs as well. Like, he's all mad about something, so he's like, oh, it doesn't matter. And the girl's like, no. But it's a very similar aspect, because the older guy is talking to a younger girl. I guess. But regardless, so there's real life and fake life, and that's what I think about. Sorry, that was super roundabout. But there's a real part of this and then a fake part. That's why I just wanted to focus in on the bedtime story part of it. But that's just my thought. But I don't want to reveal too much. So I'll shut that for a while. I'll come back to it later, but just keep that in mind. Just there's a real part and a fake part. This game is super symbolic and dark. Where am I? Oh. There we are. So just pay attention to those things. I'll try to find all the fun secret stuff and symbolic stuff as well as the secrets. I've been kind of collecting a few of them already. There are those little earthquake things. I don't know, like the earthquake measure. Oh wow. Oh. They look like little the things that measure the seismic graphs, whatever they're called. Wait. So I'll try to find all those, and I found out there's 5 in each level. There's a few levels, multiple levels, but there's 5 of those things in each of them. And so I need to watch out for those too. They also make a little noise when I'm near them, so I have to keep my ears open. Nice, heightened. I don't know if these symbols mean anything either. I think they're just part of the game graphics. It is the same people who made Goat Simulators. I don't know, maybe it's a goat. It kinda does look like a goat. Where am I going? All the way down there? Wow. Holy knees, Batman. His knees must be destroyed by now. It's getting a little foggy. Where'd we go? Oh, there you are. Seriously, all those falls are just kind of taking a toll on his legs and knees. I know how that feels. Have you been there? I think that's where it came from. I'll try to keep the videos close to 10 to 12 minutes. I don't really want to go over that. I got a little band-aid on my finger. I didn't notice that. I got a boo-boo. So when we return, I should be right here. I'll be right there when we get back.